Do you wake up in the morning thinking life is just so hard, feeling exhausted, not sure which way to turn? Well, today's video, I'm going to talk to you about choosing your hard so you feel like you're in more control. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Debra Kasowski, and today we are talking about choosing your hard so you can feel completely in control. Life is hard, and life throws circumstances at us that sometimes we don't know if we can handle. And the fact that you're watching this video, I know that you've handled some hard circumstances and you're still here. So let's help you move to a new level in your greatness, your potential. So the first thing is pay attention to where your thermostat is at. And you're thinking to yourself, what do you mean thermostat? Well, you have that internal regulation. So let's say an average person, you might put yourself at 60, 70 degrees, just comfortable, 65, and thinking, you know what? I don't need to do anymore. I feel pretty comfortable with who I am. And it isn't until you decide that you are worthy of more, or you have this drive for more, this calling inside of you, this burning feeling in yourself that there's got to be something more for me. Well, here's the thing. If you hang out with people who have their dial at 80, 90 degrees and they're rocking it, and you look at them and you're waiting for your next lucky break and wondering when it's going to happen for you. And you might be hanging out with them, getting some successes, and then suddenly you realize that you're not having those successes anymore. They are either shifting or you're unsure of why you've hit a plateau. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is at some point, one of your self-limiting beliefs, you dialed yourself back down, you sabotaged yourself based on what you believe is possible for you. See, what happens is you go back to that 70-degree mindset thinking this is all you're worthy and deserving of. So this is where you really got to think about, what am I believing to be true? For some people, they thought, you know what? I should not make more money than my parents did. Or I should not get ahead of this person because they're older than me or whatnot. And I know hearing it out loud, you might say, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy to think. But people do have those beliefs. And I don't want those beliefs to hold you back. See, each day requires that you be courageous and strong and face what's in front of you. Because everyone has their own hard. I have my hard, you have your hard, of what that hard in life is. It could be your business, it could be your personal life, it could be your relationships, it could be your parenting. Everyone has their own hard, and how they face that with tactics and strategies and attitude is what's going to help them survive. See, life is an experiment, and it's about seeing what works and doesn't work. But as you move through and forward through life, it's thinking about, what do you feel you're worthy and deserving of? Your identity of who you believe yourself to be and what you're capable of and what you're possible of all transfigures into your actions. See, if I'm not thinking, or you're not thinking, that you can accomplish something, you're not going to take the actions to get there, because you're already going to self-sabotage that. So like I said, each day requires you to be courageous and strong. And when you challenge yourself by putting yourself in new situations, you are going to learn that you are going to adapt to those situations, and they won't feel as awkward or nerve-wracking as you once thought they were. By doing this, this is going to help you naturally progress, build that confidence in yourself so that you can take the actions that you know you can accomplish those great things, and be with those people you surround yourself with. That dial will slowly go up. Now, I'm going to share some examples of how challenging yourself and putting yourself in new situations can really help you. So when I did 75 hard and moved into the phases where you need to take a 5-minute cold shower, I was thinking to myself, a cold shower? The only time the dial went cold on the shower is when it was turning it off, and you get that jolt of cold water. Now here I'm taking on a challenge of 5 minutes. Now, initially I had just the timer on, thinking, oh, okay, I can do this. And all I could think to myself is, wow, this is a long 5 minutes. Did I forget to put the timer on? Did I forget to get started? And then I saw someone's post and they said, why not put your favorite songs? So I did. And I played my favorite songs for 5 minutes. I was dancing, singing, and washing myself up, getting myself ready in the shower. And here I was accomplishing that 5-minute cold shower. Was it easy? No, it was hard initially. But the thing that happened, I noticed at day 9, I suddenly embraced that cold shower for what it was. I adapted to the environment. That cold temperature became irrelevant because I adapted to my environment. And that's what I want for you. When you put yourself in new situations, so let's say you're going to networking events and you're new to networking and it makes you really nervous and you feel awkward, you feel like you're going to stand against the wall. But as you put yourself out there and go to different networking events, I'm saying, even 15, 20, but building up in increments of opportunities where you've introduced yourself, got into conversations with others, followed up, that you're going to learn that networking wasn't as scary as you thought it was because you're only holding a conversation with another person. When you really break it down, teasing out all the emotions, because I know it can be nerve-wracking. You can be chattering with your teeth and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm sweating. I need to go change. Thinking all of these things when you put yourself in those situations. But I want you to be proud. You're taking courageous action and moving forward into who you need to be. Now, another situation, and I'm in the midst of it right now, is I'm committed myself to doing the 5-minute Jillian Plank challenge. Now, it is crazy because the most I had ever done prior to that was maybe 30 seconds. I had really never paid attention to it, but 30 seconds was all I could do. The challenge itself is 10-second increments. That's how small the chunking down actually is. And it blows my mind how those 10 seconds can help you grow. Now, I've had a few setbacks along the way. I'm going to put it out there. But what I've learned is that the smallest chunks of time, smallest chunks of effort over time compound into the success that you're building into. Now, I can get myself up to 2:30 at my max now, which blows my mind when I was only a 30-second person. But what had happened is I realized I had to see myself differently. As I got up to 1 minute and 2 minutes, I was no longer the same person that I was. And the same with you. As you put yourself into new situations, new experiences, gain new knowledge, you're no longer the same person that you once were. So I want you to impress upon yourself how you are shifting, growing, and challenging yourself, putting yourself in new situations. It's all about stepping out of what is your comfort zone and putting yourself in new situations, new experiences where you are able to learn and grow. Now, I'm not telling you to take some crazy risks. Of course, I want you to do your due diligence, and that starts with gaining knowledge. As you gain knowledge and competence, your confidence goes up. So what you need to do is go back to finding out your identity of where your beliefs are coming from. Are you sabotaging yourself because of what you believe you're worthy of or deserving of? You're definitely smart enough. See, you have a combination of gifts that no one else has. And when we take those experiences and you put yourself into new challenging situations, you are going to learn exactly what you're capable of. We often don't tap into what we're able to do until we stretch ourselves into those new circumstances. See, staying in your comfort zone is good for a while, but then you have this little itch or scratch or, something that says, I need to do something more. I know I'm capable of more. And as you stretch yourself out of the comfort zone, take your tiptoe over or step forward, what you're going to do is you're going to put yourself into the learning zone, right? You're going to learn and expand, and that comfort zone expands. And as it expands, it soon will become your comfort zone, and you're going to need to stretch again. So here's the thing. We are constantly growing. That's called progression. Not perfection, progression. And your identity of what you believe is possible for you is what your mindset accepts. And until you shift that decision to be something more than you see yourself today, nothing's going to change for you. But as soon as you start believing what's possible for you and believing in yourself and having the confidence to take action, magic is going to happen. Because you're going to be able to turn up that dial on your identity. You're going to be able to adapt to new situations, and they're going to think it's just going to feel like every day. It's going to just feel like something you just do versus have to put such concentration on. Think about the first time you drove a car. I remember the first time I drove a car with my girlfriend and she was learning a standard. The first few times we were just jerking and jolting in our seats at stop signs. And then eventually the pedals got smooth and we would be able to cruise along with no problem. That is what my hope is for you. As you put yourself into new situations, you're going to learn to adapt. You're going to choose your hard because everyone has their hard. Start with your attitude. Look at your identity and choose that you have control over where you're going. Thank you for joining me here on this video today. I would love for you to go over to my website and grab a 10-page PDF, Reset Your Mindset. And just by popping in your email, and you will be subscribing to my newsletter where you're going to get tips and strategies to help shift your mindset anytime you feel off. Have a great day.